So today I am here to talk about all the books that I want to read during the month of April. As you'll see in my March wrap up, I read a lot in March. I was really happy with that and I'm hoping to continue on that roll in April, especially since now we will be stuck at home for another month because of the quarantine. So I also still did not read the books that I was planning on reading for my secret TBR video last month, so I'm going to be working on that this month. So this month's TBR is also going to be a little bit lighter because of that, because I have 3 or 4 books that I'm planning on reading for that secret TBR video, which you guys will have to find out later, obviously. But starting right into the books that I'm wanting to read this month, the first book that I would like to read is The Caves of Steel by Isaac Asimov. I've never read anything by him, and I'm planning on buddy reading this one with my sister. He is a very classic science fiction author, and we try to read a science fiction or fantasy book every month together, and sometimes we'll read classics and sometimes we won't, but this month we're going to read a classic, and this book is following basically like a robot and a detective as they're like working together to solve cases. I've heard Murphy Napier talk about this one and she really enjoys this whole series, so I'm really excited to read this one. It takes place in a futuristic New York City, and like I said, it follows a detective and his assistant who is a robot. And they have to solve a murder case together, but I am really excited to try out his writing style. Hopefully I enjoy it as much as other people do. Then as far as audiobooks go, I have 3 audiobooks that I'd like to listen to this month. The first one being Becoming by Michelle Obama. I'm actually currently reading this one and I'm really enjoying it so far, so I'm hoping to finish that one up. Then I'm also wanting to read The Ride of a Lifetime by Bob Iger. He is the former CEO of Disney. He just stepped down like a month ago, but I've heard great things about this book, so I'm wanting to read this one. Then also The Oregon Trail by Rinker Buck. This is like the most popular book about the Oregon Trail, so I want to read that one. As you'll see in my March wrap up, I really enjoyed Walk on Earth is Stranger this month, spoiler, and I was really looking for more books about a wagon trail, so here we go. I'm going to be trying to read this one this month also. Now as far as physical books, I'm going to try to read the first one being Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I've been hearing amazing things about this series, especially recently because I have a lot of friends who just recently picked it up, and I loved Elantris Last Year by Brandon Sanderson. It was my first book read by him, and so I'm sure that I'm going to love this one just as much because I just really enjoyed his writing in that one. I know the basic concept about this, that it is taking place in a world where basically the bad guy won. He won the world, and so now he's in control. And there are a group of people who practice allomancy, which is consuming metals and you convert it into magic somehow. I don't really know much about that, but I'm excited to read this one. This is the last book on my 5-star prediction video that I have to read. So after this, you'll see a wrap up and see what I thought about all the books that I thought was going to be 5 stars. Then I have The Winter's Curse by Marie Rutkowski. This book is a YA fantasy about a princess, and I know it's really heavy on the romance, and so that's why I picked this one up. I love fantasy books that have like quite a bit of romance in them. I've heard so many people be loving this series, and I don't know why I haven't read it yet. I know it's been out for a long time, but hopefully this month is my month to read it. Next up, I've got Arm of the Sphinx by Josiah Bancroft. This was on my February TBR, and I just did not get to it because February was a horrible reading month for me, but I am really excited to continue on with this series. I loved Senlin Ascends so much. It was on my favorite books of last year. So I've been dying to continue on with the series, and I'm so glad that I'm finally going to be able to because I just love that first book so much. Then I've got Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. This is obviously the 3rd book in the Hunger Games. I'm not going to say much about this one. I'm trying to reread the whole Hunger Games series before Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes comes out, so this was the last one that I have to continue with, and we only have 1 more month until that book is out, so I'm really excited to continue on with this series. Then another series I'm continuing on with is Half the World by Joe Abercrombie. This is the 2nd book in the Shattered Sea series. I really enjoyed the first one so much. It was the first Joe Abercrombie book that I read, so I'm looking to continue on in the series and then start into The Blade itself after I finish up this one. So hopefully I'll get to this one this month. This is a very short fantasy series, so that is always a bonus. Then finally, I'll be reading I Believe in a Thing Called Love by Maureen Gu. It's about time that I pick up another Maureen Gu book because I really enjoyed The Way You Make Me Feel so much, and I can't believe that I haven't read another one of her books yet. I still have her 2 other ones on my shelves, so I've got to pick up this one this month. This is about a girl who is really awkward when it comes to love. She is wanting to get a boyfriend, but she is so awkward and clumsy that she just can never figure it out. So she ends up looking to her favorite K-dramas to try to figure out Steps According to K-Dramas on How to Find Love. It sounds so cute, and I've heard good things about this one, so I'm definitely excited to pick this one up too. Well guys, that is my TBR for the month of April. I hope you guys all have a great month. I know it's going to be a rough one for a lot of people, but I really hope that it ends up going well for you guys and your families. Please let me know in the comments down below what you are most excited to be reading in April, and I would love to hear that. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!